In the heart of Latin America, Venezuela is quietly becoming a key point in the growing contest between global powers. As Washington's pressure continues through sanctions and isolation, President Nicolás Maduro has turned toward Moscow and Tehran to keep his government alive and his military ready. These partnerships, which Reuters and The Guardian describe as deepening each year, have shifted the region's balance in ways that worry U.S. officials. Russia's influence inside Venezuela has been strong for more than a decade. Moscow has supplied fighter jets, air defense systems, and military training to Caracas even during its financial crisis. Al Jazeera reported that Russian technicians are still helping Venezuelan forces maintain Soviet-era equipment and operate newer systems like the S-300 defense batteries. Despite the collapse of oil revenues and infrastructure, these ties have allowed Maduro to maintain one of Latin America's most capable armed forces. Iran's role, however, brings a new dimension. Over recent years, Tehran has transferred drones, small naval vessels, and other weapons to Venezuela, a move seen by many analysts as part of Iran's strategy to expand its influence outside the Middle East. Jane's Defense Weekly verified in 2023 that Iranian-made Pekan, 3 boats equipped with Nasser, 1 anti-ship missiles were displayed in a Venezuelan military parade, showing clear evidence of growing cooperation between both nations. These vessels are not ordinary ships. They are fast, small, and built to attack in swarms, a method Iran uses in the Persian Gulf to threaten larger naval fleets. The Washington Post cited experts who believe Iran views Venezuela as a useful testing zone for its evolving drone and naval technology. By operating these systems in Latin American waters, Iran can gather data about performance, climate effects, and new operational challenges that help refine its weapons. For Maduro, these ties offer political strength. In speeches aired on Telesur, he praises Iran and Russia as true partners standing against what he calls economic warfare by the United States. Such alliances allow him to tell Venezuelans that the country is not alone, that has friends who share its struggle against Western pressure. This image of defiance helps Maduro strengthen his rule despite a collapsed economy and growing international isolation. The cooperation also changes the regional power map. For most of the 20th century, the U.S. viewed Latin America as its secure zone of influence. But the sight of Iranian warships docking in Venezuelan ports in 2021, after sailing around Africa, showed, as the New York Times noted, that Tehran's navy can now project power across oceans. This marked a direct challenge to Washington's traditional dominance in the Western Hemisphere. In Washington, the developments are being followed with unease. CNN quoted Pentagon officials expressing concern that stronger military ties between Caracas, Tehran, and Moscow could threaten regional stability. The U.S. already faces competition with Russia in Europe and tensions with Iran in the Middle East. Their growing presence in Latin America creates another front in this complex global rivalry. For Venezuela, however, this cooperation is more than politics. It is survival. With limited access to Western banks and suppliers, the country depends on Russia and Iran for weapons, spare parts, and trade support. This network allows Maduro to maintain his armed forces, secure oil exports through alternative routes, and sustain diplomatic legitimacy. In a time of sanctions, these ties have become his government's economic and military lifeline. Russia also benefits from staying close to Caracas. Analysts writing in foreign policy explained that Moscow views Venezuela as a pressure point against the United States.